Oh, my mic was off as well. Okay. Hi there, everyone. Hi and welcome. Hi and welcome. How are you all doing on this fine day? Let me just join in the... There we go. There we have it. Hi there, hi there, hi there. Okay, there we go. Hi there, Mashrit. Hi, Diamond. Hi, Boo. My goodness, it has been a while. How are things going, Boo? Hi, Caper. Okay. And hi, Bioned as well. I'll make it your make it stream. Hi, cheers. Okay, so hi everyone. Yeah. Still broke AF. How bad is it? Because I remember last time we were problematic. Did things get any better, Boo? I'm gonna put on my lab coat. In the meantime, I'm just going to also prepare the stream with everything I need. Actually, no, not yet. No, I'm not gonna tell them. I'm going to clean up my workstation as well. I've been doing some last minute designing for the video over here. Last time. What are we doing? I am so glad you asked, Mashrid, because we'll actually... I've run out of little spoons. I've run out of teaspoons. Fine, big spoon it is. I'm so glad you asked, Mashrid. That's because today we will be doing a fair bit. And of course, I forgot about one more thing. Very important. Still my living room table. It was obviously the mask itself. They applied for a job, so maybe I'll have an excuse to be... Oh, don't say that. I got really excited reading that message, Boo, because it seemed very hopeful. But then you went with the excuse to be alive. I'm unemployed. I am legally unemployed. You don't need a job to have an excuse to be alive. whenever you feel bad about not having a job, just remember I am unemployed, in fact. A video was an absolute banger. Oh, thank you, Adrian. I'm glad you liked it. Oh, speaking of, actually, yeah, I know what we're gonna do first. Today we can take the edge off a bit. Be a bit more relaxed. We don't need to go too quickly. Why is the camera, the frame rate of the camera is really wacky? Oh, well, it doesn't matter. We can be a bit more relaxed. We can afford to be a bit slower, you know, and just have fun, enjoy ourselves. And as such, we're actually gonna start the live stream with the thing that I didn't prepare. Give me a sec. There we go, and there we go. So I have a playlist called Make It Top 16, which are just my top 16 favorite videos. And on that playlist, I've got a little bit of a problem, a little bit of a pickle, because there are in fact more than 16 videos. That was Caper, €5. There we go. Never mind, I'm getting distracted again. Roll $2. 584. There we go. That is 106. So let's see if I do it correctly. It got too few views, which angered me. As if I ever did it for the views. I don't mind it. What was the name of the number? The average view length, which means how long an average person spent on the video, was around 10 minutes. And that's the mark I really appreciate, because a lot of views just means a lot of people clicked on the video, but high average view rate means that a lot of people stuck around, which means a lot of people enjoyed it. So that's the mark I focus on a lot more, and I'm glad it was way higher. Python 3, and the name is Caper. The three numbers 365. I should learn by now. It's the year, right? And then 5. There we go. Sudo system secure restart. Equal And we have 106. 112! There we go, added. Greview, and it sucks it got mostly ignored, honestly. Well, such is life. No point in complaining. You fixed the picture website? Oh yeah, a fair bit while back ago. Well, not Mac. reMAKeiT. There we go. A fair bit while back ago, I fixed it. Well, fixed is a bit of an overstatement. I set it up. Because last year, I remember a while ago, it really did suck. Now it's just a bit better. Everything is a bit easier to work with and such. There's still a lot of work I should put into the website, but I haven't because I keep getting distracted with other things. Anyway, we're gonna start with not a project, but something different. That's because in my reMAKeiT Top 16 playlist, I have 19 videos. That's because I have this little tradition of mine, let's call it, where basically every single time after I upload the video, I decide where it lands on the reMAKeiT Top 16. Because it's a really nice thing to look back on how I've done with the video. And I've got a bit of a backlog, haven't I? These 3 videos haven't been placed properly. So first of all, what's the difference between programming languages? I haven't placed that one even. Is definitely better than how do computers remember. Oh, I can't move it. Although I might need to somehow fix up my... There we go. This one, I still can't move it. Oh, I cannot. No. Why can't I move it? Why won't you just let me? I can move this one. But once I scroll down... Now I can move. Okay, it's definitely better than how the computers remember. I would also say it's probably right here-ish. There we go. Which means the asset from an asset from an asset, it gets removed from the playlist. Finally, about time. There we have it. You sound like Professor Mental Health since last time. I've grown attached to my quirks. I lost fucks to give. Mondays, stupid admissions calls again. Alright, Caper, alright. Bye, have a good one, good luck. Now, Acid, Laser and the Mask, which is the first episode of the workshop thing. I love that video. I absolutely do love that video. And I think this will go high. I feel like it might be in between the Maths one and the 4 Horsemen of Physics. Because I like that video a lot. And then this one is genuinely my new favorite video. I finally made a new video which I like better than All Damage Patkus. I think it's great. I love it a lot. So I'm just gonna remove these. Addition to Quantum Physics finally gets off the playlist. Yes! Oh, for those who do not know, there are 2 videos on my channel. Only 2. That's it, there are only 2 videos on my channel. And those 2 videos are from Addition to Quantum Mechanics and How Math Becomes Difficult. Those are the only 2 videos on my channel. There are no more. So I am so glad to finally get rid of the Addition to Quantum Physics of the... That's a really old video at this point. It was the first video I blew up. That's the video that got my channel monetized. It got me from 300 subscribers. Jumped me up. So now off you go. There we go. This is my new top 16. I am satisfied with it. That can have about 50 million triangles in Blender on my PC before it crashes. 50 million, is that a lot? Let me think. 50 million, 50 million. Actually, good question. I think mine can handle... I don't know how much mine can handle, but Okay, how we're gonna... I'm getting distracted again, but as I mentioned, this is supposed to be a simple stream, you know, us having fun, don't say. Let's do icosphere with 2 subdivisions. That is how many? Where's my little thing that tells me how many faces I've got selected? Anyone remember where's the thing in Blender that tells you how many faces you've got selected? Blender, the thing that tells you how many faces you have selected. Viewport overlays. Under viewport overlays. Blender 2.9. Oh, I am two major releases from that. It's in the drop down. Drop down need the render view select. You see, the drop down is kind of near the render view select. Oh, you mean, wait, what? Render view select? You mean these three? Which drop down? There are more than, there are in fact plenty. Okay, so you said the drop down near the render view select. Right here we have render view select. So this is what you said, render view select, so right here. Then say drop down. Every single button in that area has a drop down. I meant the other way. So it's not near render view select, is it? So it's okay, right, I got it. So it's on the opposite side from render view select. Right. There we have it. 120 faces, right? Let's see. Mesh line. Would the mesh line be? We can do the square. Why not? Grid. How many? 80 faces. So it will be 80 times the amount of points. So if we do integer right here, this will be our n, and then what we'll do is we'll do n squared times 80. That will be the number we get. That's 100, let's do 10,000 times 80, that will be 800,000, right? Quick maths, I know. What would be a nice kind of square to land on? That would be 2 million. If we do 150, that gives us around about 2 million faces. Now we can instance again. Hi, Theo, by the way.
Hello.
Then what we can do is we can do a mesh line and we can multiply it by, and so this will effectively give us 2 millions each. So now it's 4 million. Actually, I guess I can get it a bit closer, can't I? Hold on. And then print 160 squared times 80. Yeah, 160 seems to be better. 59. 58. Okay, let's do 159, why not? So right now, each one of these gives us 2 million, which means we're at 4 million, 5 million, 6, no wait. Shit, that's a double. Yeah, 10 million, there we go. 10 million, 100 million. To be fair, I am doing it with objects as well, which means this is way more difficult for my Blender to handle than just mere faces. which could be mitigated, if I'm not mistaken, by just realizing. Would realize it enough though? Oh, even tells us the faces. How convenient. I might realize it twice. So we have 20 million faces. If we change it to 50, we get our blender to freeze for a second, but it can handle it. There we go, 100 million. Okay, we're on it. Let's shoot for almost half a billion. My blender can handle it. Quick question, are you just ignoring me? Yes, I am. Next question. You could just sub them. No, we're doing this way because then you can way. Come on, do it, buddy. I believe in you. Yeah. You won't give up on me. Come on. I believe in you. Okay, I feel like we might have found it. Oh, I might have had a bit too much fun. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh yeah, I like the streams where we just have fun. The blender overlay is broken. That happens.
But can they hear us, or and is it just broken, or
No, it's back.
them like delay? I guess.
Prime Manham on Saturday was great. Crashed a new flat for 2 friends and helped assemble furniture today. Of course, you gay people are all the same. You just all come together and assemble furniture. I know your type. The stream is glitching. I know. I like having fun. So the limit is somewhere in between 100 and 400 million. Somewhere in between. There's a limit. Okay, well, so that was the beginning of it. We had fun. We had fun indeed. Now it's time to do the other things, isn't it? Wouldn't it be? So. Right. First of all, this is the mask, which we're gonna change again because better planning. Right now with all the things I've made, I'm a bit better suited to make the call on what it should look like, so that's why we're gonna do it. Right here, I've got a breadboard with all the different components that I've talked about in the video. Anything from the button which types to the Adore to the musical buzzer, 7 segmented and such and such and such. This will also be convenient, although I don't know if we'll do anything with it. This one is a fun bit of trivia. This is what for the intro of the video. I just made little dingus because I needed some tiny. I needed a micro flashlight, so I just made one. Then a couple of LEDs. I hope they're not burnt. A burnt LED can be a real bitch when it comes to later on debugging. Also a custom PCB board, which these are absolutely terrible for making anything. However, you don't need to wait for actual PCBs, which is convenient. Megas crushing blender with crash blender. Hey Megas, I'm feeling for you can assemble some furniture. I actually really enjoy it. Same with painting walls and stuff. Are you asking me out, Theo? Oh, you flat. Okay, let me just put stuff away. Let me just get a sip of coffee as well. Hello, I've not slept. It's near 4 AM. Should I just stay up to fix my sleep schedule? I woke up at 6 PM yesterday. It depends. Do you have anything to do today that requires you to pay attention?
Hi there, Sebas.
I just wonder why I'm being ignored. Oh, you're being ignored because you're trying to backseat game me. That's why. I usually always do that treatment. Whenever someone backseat games me, whenever someone is like trying to speak in Polish as well, whenever someone has an inside joke that they don't realize no one else finds funny, then I just ignore them till they tire themselves out. Yeah, because it's a bit of spam. That's the only thing. That's the only thing. It happens every now and then. I don't know. It's either there was someone who kept mentioning shrimp, for example. They just kept mentioning always over and over and over again. Another time when someone was just listing numbers over and over and over again. It's a bit spamming the chat and I know, popcorn, whatever. Not even maybe a secret lovers. Oh, friends with benefits, not my Theo. No. I mean, if you're offering, it would be rude to decline. Okay. So, whatever should we start with? That is a phenomenal question. I have 3 projects I would like to work on today. And those projects are, first of all, obviously the mask. I need to redesign the skeleton again, because the new design is better, orders of magnitude better, but it's still shite. Mainly because I think I'm gonna move the 0 from this side to the other side. And that's because, and then redesign the side a bit, so that we can have like a better 0 holder. The reason why being that right here, this would be a very convenient place for the debugging board, although maybe not. A big problem with the 0 is that it's ever so slightly too big, like millimeters, simple millimeters. And one thing which you might have noticed, I need to turn on my SolidWorks for this. What's rattling outside my apartment? Ton of scaling awaits as always. Friends with Tiger's benefits. Okay, so I don't know how many of you've noticed, but in the video I did at one point like show the model of the mask, the new one, and there were actually a couple of changes I did not address, simply because I've made them like after most of the videos been edited. So for example, right here, this is the debugging side with all of these components, effectively. All of these components, I've made models of them and I fitted them all onto this side. This is the Pico with a comically large amount of space, considering how tiny it is, not much changing there. But this, however, you can see that on this side, the 0 is actually tilted, whilst right here it is going forward. The reason why it's tilted is to give us more space on the screws. That's because if you periodic station, you can see that the screw of the M3 is overlapping with the M2, which means that you can either mount the Raspberry or you can mount the support, which is a problem, and hence why tilting it would help. So that's what we could do. You can see I also had it like extruded in order to do it. Changing the skeleton would also be convenient because I am missing some supports at the top. I don't know, supports at the top could be convenient in case I wanted to do this, you know. They would just like, all I'm saying is that they would fit in. And supports at the bottom. That's because right here is where our 7-segmented display will go, just in case I want to make a counter, just in case I want to make a self-destruct sequence. It would be just convenient to have a 7-segment display at the bottom. So it would be a bit tempting to redesign the skeleton again. It would mean that I need to disassemble the mask, but to be fair, probably better now than the future. Because now the mask is still pretty tiny. If I do it in the future, however, then I'm gonna be screwing myself over, because then I'll need to, there's even a possibility that I will not only need to unscrew everything, but also desolder it, which is even worse. Okay. Let's do one thing real quick. France for a honeymoon sounds fun. There are some neat spaces there. Theo, I don't think I could get me in this relationship. I don't think I'm being heard. France. Switzerland. I feel like Switzerland is very cozy. It is a very cozy spot.
There's a gigantic underground donut there.
Underground what?
Donut.
Like the shape or the food?
I'm referring to the particle collider.
Oh, the shape, right. I feel with my Switzerland is very like, it feels like, you know, in MMORPG games where you have these towns where like combat isn't allowed, and so you walk out the wilderness into a town, and all of a sudden the vibe completely changes. Like, it's no longer a vibe of adventuring, only it's like a vibe of being in a town. That's what Switzerland feels like to me. I guess I should just sit down and do my fucking job instead of talking about a hypothetical honeymoon with Theo. What is the point of living even? This sucks. Let me just disable the main audio because I should play some music for myself so that I won't go mental. Alright, it's disabled, perfect. It looks like the plastic would dig into your face and show it was causing extreme pain. How would you address this issue if it needs to be addressed? Well, I mean, I don't know. That's not really an issue for me. It looking like it's painful is not really an issue. I don't think that's an issue. I don't mind it looking like it's painful, but it is very comfortable. Especially when you consider that the mask I've been using for years at this point is just the front side. Like, the mask I am currently using is just flat. And that one digs into my fucking face. This one is just cushioned with velvet at this point, in comparison. Switzerland has a luxurious amount of mountains, and as someone who is scared of depths a tad, know my preferred hiking vibes. The pain is the mask thing. Yeah, I mean, listen, the host might complain, but not as like I care, right? Okay, what do I need to do? Right, supports at the bottom. Well, not supports, only connectors at the bottom, at the top. At the top we could do them in force, and then at the bottom. Anything else I might need to add? Because now is the time. Anything else I might need to add to the skeleton? I don't wanna fuck it up, but at the same time I've done no prep work whatsoever, so I will probably fuck it up. Hear me out.
I'm gonna get some food. I may or may not be back.
Alright.
Bye, everyone.
Damn it. I was gonna say hear me out and hope that an idea would just pop into my head, but it absolutely did not. Okay. One more sketch. Well, 77 more sketches, but more sketches the point. Right here, this is the sketch that handles the module connectors for the side. So we're gonna do an additional one. Right here at the bottom, once again, same idea. We'll need to copy it for the top. I don't know quite how we're gonna achieve that, unless we start them off at the same corner. That will make it a bit easier to copy. Then what we do is... do you have heavy callus on your face from the chafing? What is a callus? What does a callus mean? Alright, this, there we go. Then bottom, we set them up to be collinear. These two should be by default collinear because they start the same point. Then what we do is we do this and this. We set them to be equal because they need to be equal length. This and this. They don't have to be equal because the collinearity already sets them up. These two already are equal, which means why do they absolutely do not look equal? Oh, because the angle, right? Shit, not shit. Because we delete this, and then if we do this, now we can move it only along this edge. That is correct. Which means that now if we set both of these to be collinear, there we go. We can rescale these, but that's irrelevant because they will be, in fact, a 6 and 3, I think. Oh my goodness, 6. That's like what you get in your hands when you row your boat for too long. I still don't know. I don't find myself in many situations where I row, to be completely honest with you. That doesn't happen to me quite as often. Your eye has no callus. I don't know what that is though. We can cover real quick, Johnny, and say, alright. Quick question, what's your favorite quantum force? That is a good question. I like that question. I do have to be a basic bitch, though. I do have to be a basic bitch and say electromagnetism. Simply because I love the photons. Photons are great. I find the weak interaction is way too confusing. Actually, electro-weak interaction, I suppose. But that would be a bit too pretentious, wouldn't it, to say electro-weak interaction. But I do like electro-weak interaction. Strong interaction, I never got to. I don't enjoy it. I'm not subscribed to it. Not to subscribe to the idea. And gravity is, well, quantum theory of gravity, let's be real, that's just silly. Okay, so there we have our connectors. Then on top of these connectors we do the thing that we always do, which means a circle. This equal to this. Midpoint. Give me the midpoint. Why do you absolutely never Why is it so difficult for you to just give me the mid? There we go. This midpoint is the same across all of them, which means we select all three. We do horizontal. Perfect. There we go. Midpoint. Vertical. And then this one will be a 4. And just like that, this is the proper holes. Repeating on this require because most vulnerable is normal. So that's what we call it. Okay, we'll have this at the bottom. Very convenient. At the top, I imagined it a bit different. It might actually be a bit rough, in fact. Oh, how will we? Because the way I imagined it was a 45, no, not 45, 980 degree angle, I suppose, on both sides. Because we need an angle that's really properly defined in order for this to work. The top one will be really difficult. Okay. At the bottom we do have this. So let me just real quickly check it. Okay. That's what it's fine, proper. Let's do it on the top one as well. Right here. This. Which means we start at the corner. I really hope the mirror image is... No, this should be this corner because we flip twice. Okay. We do this. Right here, this one, we delete the... So. Collinear equal 6, 3. And then these two equal. I think this should be correct. Perfection, and then, come on, this one. Splendid. Now we get back to the mask, original. We get this. So you can see it is perfect. We have the mounting plate at the bottom. And down the top. Here's what we're gonna do at the top. Because once again, we want it to be defined as properly as possible so that we can then modify it as easy as possible. So how about we do... No, the angle is gonna mess it up as well. Unless... Oh! Oh well, haven't I just got an idea? Unless... Haven't I just got an idea indeed? We do a rectangle, like this. Yes. Then This will be a bit rough, but okay. Four-sided shape. Four-sided shape. Okay. Now, that's a good question. We're gonna bind it to the right side simply because watching make it really on the side with no worse time is always iconic. More tools, am I right? Oh, linear. This one is higher. Shit. Which means right here we need to do it like this. There we go. Yeah. So we need to bind to the left one. Chat. Don't worry, I got it. So this is the way it will have to go. Let me move my coffee cup away because I'm... there we go. And then... well, we just need these to be rectangles. We're going to... well, this one is... yeah, that's fair. Parallel, this one. These ones appear to be all perfect. Okay. Proper good. Then, all of these... we only need one of each. Equal. All of these, once again, we only need one of each. Equal. Splendid. Then... here's where the problems begin. Let's do from midpoint... like this. And then equal. Now as we move one of these away, there's absolutely not what I meant. So let's lock them in place as well. That's a 6, and then that's a 3. Now, as we move one of these away, we move the other one away by the same exact length. And you can see that they... square value, there we go. Perfect. Okay, Mega, I know it's a public space, I should not say this. Oh no. Oh no. What are you about to say? It's never a great start to a sentence. Generally never. But we're on the internet is private these days anyway. That's never a great start, I do have to say. Rebuild and save, yep. So this is what it added. And then what we need to do is we need to define it even more properly. Ideally, by setting this to be some kind of constant that we could use, 50 looks actually surprisingly fine. What would be even better is if we... if we rotated this, we could use the same face for it, but at the same time, shit. Yeah, I guess I just need to rotate them. I've fallen in love. You've fallen in love. Oh, do tell more. Hide above. Where's Timon? I think he went to eat? I am not certain. He left, the point is. There. Now, if we set all of these to be equal, piss off with selecting midpoints right where I don't want you to. I think if we hide make it. Hi Bob, hi! I don't know if this is good. Because these apparently can vary and that... Oh, that's why they can vary. Shit? Wait, not shit. It's this. There we go. That's the reason. Perfect. Perfectly defined. Yes. I imagine they would be. I think. I hope. Represented by C or C++. C, obviously. C is just objectively better. C++ is for people who want to be C programmers but have commitment issues. She's really pretty, nice and everything, blah blah. I'm trying to figure out how to tell her that I like her. Oh yeah, no, I don't know if I'm gonna be a great authority on that. I'm sorry, boo. You see, I am a very straightforward person, alright? Like, allow me to give you an example of how straightforward I am. Theo, okay, gotta restart my PC. Okay, Theo, before you go, really quick, I just want you to know that I think you're really hot. There, so you see, that is how I interact with people. So I don't think I'm a great authority on that. You see, when... I don't think I can help you much. I just say what I think. Okay, right here now, they should be the same height. Which means if we sketch them up. Then all of these need to be on the same line. There we go. And then selecting these will be an absolute pain. Vulkan is the C++ compared to OpenGL. OpenGL is the C. Vulkan is lower level. What the fuck are you talking about? That is just... that is so incorrect. That is incorrect on so many levels. Vulkan is lower level. If you're using C++ and Vulkan, I'm questioning your life choices even more. Points. Perfect vertical. There, yeah, listen to Quasar. Not me. I agree with what Quasar said. I haven't read it fully yet, but I'm... In complexity. That's a very wacky way to measure it. This, all of them equal. Then 4. And then extrude cut all the way through. Splendid. This will be our connector on the top. it's going up and then down. Welcome back, Theo. Alright, proper good. Let's get back to it then. See how it is. It is in fact not bad. Ah, it just hit me. Something just hit me. There's another thing I should have done. Well, bit late now. I'm just gonna add the connectors on the top, and then I'm going to fix up the mistake I've made. This. Take it as Morse code. Okay. All of these need to be for construction, and they all need to be properly defined, which means that this has to be equal to this, and then as we move one of them, the other one follows suit. Okay, good. They feel like they're in the wrong place. I do not exactly know why. Well, don't matter now. I'm just going to 50, that was it, and then really quickly add these. They were facing away. And then, no, get back into the sketch. Not done with you. 6. And 3. And this should be... It's not perfectly defined. I couldn't help but... Oh, no. Oh, no. I didn't think of... Right. I knew the height was a problem. Oh, it was weird. Okay. These have to be equal, I'm guessing. Okay, this one is simple because this should just be collinear. I am fairly certain I've done this correctly. When make it, do tell. What do you mean? When I turned off my PC? I thought you were asking Theo. I turned off my PC last time, yesterday. When I went to sleep. I turned my PC back on like 4 hours ago, 5. So its uptime is 5 hours. Okay. I should have selected the midpoint first. Give me the midpoint. This is the correct midpoint, no? I hope it is. It seems correctish. looks roughly correct. Let me see. Yep, alright, it is. Good. There we go. One last thing, of course, I've got. Obviously. It's 4. Perfect. Hopefully it should be correct now. It looks correct. Right. Your disco ball is likely fucked. Well, that's a very rude thing to say. You better have some pretty good defense for what you just said about Bannet. You better have a pretty solid defense. Oh, boo, you're getting the cursed roll. You're getting the cursed roll now, boo. Oh, boo, I'm giving you the cursed roll because you cannot even. And then above our broken dreams fully, also enjoyed the night. Don't even tell me God, the most popular about suicide, that's. Oh yeah, another thing I need to do is open recent. And instead of working on mask modular, we need to work on the full mask. I knew it. Oh, these are the wrong fucking shit. So basically, I wanted to. Damn it. I want to find the wrong one. That's because I was gonna move my files for the mask from the folder, the 4.0 folder, to a new folder that I've specifically prepared. This is the full dedicated mask project folder. Because this folder is a mess. This folder is clean. But of course I've been working on the wrong file. Hi there, Theo.
Hello there, my favorite angular friend.
It's been a long time since you joined on stream. How?
That's true. My last weeks have been looks at Canada full.
Yeah, full of gay furniture assembly. I know what you do.
Also, yes, but mostly, you know, doing adult people things and whatnot.
I'm sorry, you don't consider gay furniture assembly an adult people thing? Because then I will have to disagree with you quite severely.
Or if you want to treat it as a adult people thing, assembling IKEA furniture and figuring out the height of the the handles for the doors.
I'm such an idiot! I'm fine, I'm okay. Make it, don't yell, shut up. No, don't tell me what to do, shut up. Okay, so, basically,
That's a Dutch angle of a microcontroller if I've ever seen one. Is your microcontroller, you know,
Is your microcontroller running? Why are you pressing the button?
limp wrist?
Oh, that would be such a dumb...
Is it queer?
That would be such a dumb bit. I could make like little robot legs,
Yeah.
put a Pico on it, and have it control the robot legs, just like make it into a full video, just like I can then do with, hey, is your microcontroller running? Yeah, it fucking is, actually.
It's running away right now. Come back here.
I'm trying to catch it.
Imagine having to set up a rat trap just for your microcontroller.
I set up bot traps
That
all the
keeps
time.
running around in your,
I have-
living room.
I have so many bot traps, it's dangerous. Oh, recently I realized one. Never mind, I can't say that on stream. I take it back. Actually, what can I? I suppose if I'm careful. I realized I might, hypothetically, parts of it,
Yes.
I might do some organic synthesis. Because I've been struggling for a really long time to do any organic synthesis. Because I couldn't find any reactions that I really wanted to do for organic synthesis. But recently someone posted like a YouTube video of meth synthesis. And the thing is, I think I figured out a tiny little amendment to turn it into amphetamine synthesis.
Huh?
And what's even better is that if my amendment were to work, then you could do it using items which I all have. Because it would be benzene, it would be... No, wait, I don't have acetone. I'm missing acetone. Benzene, acetone, table salt. A bit of a difficult one. I need to figure out kind of membrane. And a nitrate salt. Any nitrate salt should do. So, like, what I might do... I'm not saying I'm gonna make amphetamine, because I don't know
Yes.
if that's legal. That's why I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah.
Yes,
There could be legal complications if that ever came to light.
Yes, I'm not gonna say it. However, all the things required. That's a different story. Why did I just get
Yeah.
14 pings?
But
What happened?
having seen the last video, I really recommend getting any kind of you know, I don't know what it's called, but you know,
Fume hoods.
fume hood
Yeah.
thingy, anything that you, and even if it's a you know, repurposed vacuum attachment, whatever.
I know, I've been meaning to buy a fume hood for a while, but the price is always...
Yeah. I mean, there are like fully like it looks like it's an oven thing that you can just put somewhere, and then there are like the basics of a fume hood is just, you know, sucking air from one place and pushing out.
Yeah, basically, like,
Some other-
it's supposed to be a competition between the machine and your lungs, and the machine is supposed to win. Because if it doesn't, then your
Yes,
lungs will...
and and ideally with a you know, the front window where you can slide it more in a closed position, so less of the gases.
I've just done so much work for myself for no goddamn reason. I need to resave all of these, every single one of these little suckers, into the proper new folder. I'm fine. Okay, I can figure this out. I'm doing literal Iron Man stuff, and I'm having fun for the first time in my entire life.
Nice.
The only problem I'm having is that the new series of videos, it's for some reason, unbeknownst to even me, I really want in every single video to do chemistry, mechanics, electronics, and computer science. I want to do all of them, all science. However, chemistry really doesn't play well with the others. It's really difficult to find a project that includes all four. 3 of them is easy. Computer science,
Yes.
electricity, and mechanics, those go hand in hand. It's the chemistry that's always awkwardly on the side.
Yeah.
And the other big issue is that whenever I do think of a project that would combine all of them together, then it could legally every single time be classified as an IED, and I wouldn't be able to make it on YouTube. Like a rocket, for example. Rocket fuel is an explosive. And if I want to make a rocket
Yes.
of everything, that's basically a remotely detonated device. I can't make that, even though I want it as a rocket. I forgot to release for charity stuff on YouTube across all streams. Well, it's across the streams since I started this charity collection thing. That's because, first of all, for most of the time, I haven't had monetization, so I didn't know. Well, I couldn't. I couldn't set up actually charity gatherings thingies on live streams. And then I did it with a time limit because it was my first one, and I didn't realize that once you reach like the time limit, the charity collection thing just ends and you cannot collect anymore for some reason. So I had to set up a new. So this is actually the second. What's it called? Fundraiser. There we go. Second fundraiser on YouTube.
Yeah.
I've done. Rockets are allowed on YouTube, I thought. Like PBS Space made videos where he only made the fuel. I mean, they may be, but I don't want to risk it.
That's the thing where the legal restraints are probably important to know about, and it's important to know.
Yeah, because
this I can do for because it's for in essence academic purposes or teaching purposes, and some elements probably just having someone know, hey, here I'm doing this. This is not for explosive making purposes, just for educational purposes.
Yeah, I may be showing you how to make a bomb very in depth. However, it's a rocket in my case, okay?
Yeah.
Like, if you rewire it so that instead of slowly going through fuel.
I mean, yes, any type of fuel is just a well-controlled version of a bomb.
Yeah, that's why.
You just, instead of exploding it all at once, you're just burning it
Exactly,
in succession at a well-controlled amount.
That's basically the difference between what I would call a weapon and a bomb. And the reason why weapons are more fun to make is precisely because you need to target a lot of energy in a very specific way. It's not that just I classify bombs as just things that cause a lot of energy. That's it. You just create a lot of energy in space. However, a weapon is different because you need to manipulate that energy. So you not only need to min-max for the amount. So for example, if you have a coil gun, you not only need to min-max for the magnetic field pushing it forwards, right? But at the same time, you want to do it correctly, because if you don't do it correctly, you could get some very, very, very impressive coils that create an enormous magnetic field. But if you mess up the timing, then the projectile, instead of launching, will just get stuck inside.
Yeah.
And so that's why I find weapons, and in this case, that's why rockets would be so much more fun to make, because if you make a rocket incorrectly, it's gonna explode. You need it to.
Yeah.
It's a very delicate balance of you want it to take off, but at the same time, you can't overdo it.
Yeah, and being able to have a security net for if stuff goes awry is important. And with everything where you put a lot of energy into a single thing,
it's usually regulated.
If shit goes wrong, shit will get wrong with a lot of energy, and that's rarely a good thing. And there is the angle where the expertise and the knowledge and comes in to ideally mitigate most of it and being able to control
Yeah, but that's the fun of
damage
it, isn't
control
it?
in worst case.
But that's the fun of it. Like you cannot build a single rocket prototype and then launch it, because if you get something wrong, then all of your work is lost. So instead, you need to figure out how to not only make the rocket modular, but like make the process of building a rocket modular. So you want to know so when you do have the final prototype, not even the final thing, final prototype, then losing the prototype is even beyond the safety measures. It's just a huge cost, a massive one.
Yeah.
So you would want to make sure that when you're launching the prototype, every single individual part of it has been tested independently. And so, for example, stuff like flight control, that you can test without rocket fuel. Stuff like communication, that you can test without rocket fuel. Stuff like the structure, you can test that without rocket fuel. Even like you can make the conditions for the rocket launching without rocket fuel. And that's another really fun aspect of it, where you just need to go step by step to figure out how to get as close to the environment of the rocket launching without actually launching the rocket. Why DR is telling me to select? Oh no, piss off. Piss off with that. There we go. I remember SolidWorks had an idiotic way of dividing objects for some reason. Slow me down a bunch. It's a nice little piece of labor to be conversing to, because very mindless work. Now it's at 1K figure. Wait, what happened? Was it 967? Quasar, did you just donate to charity? Because I can't see the collection thing. It's possible. How much did you donate? Hold on, because when you donate off stream, then it's not like it doesn't show up the pop up. I need to add you. So there we go.
Yes, of all donations.
Do you watch Free Blue and Brown? I don't watch all that much scientific content on YouTube, because I am really worried that if I do, I'm gonna subconsciously steal other people's ideas. However, so I'm not really an avid watcher in general, but I do enjoy Free Blue and Brown's content a lot. The main reason why I was so happy with my How Math Becomes Difficult video is because when I was making it, a lot of people were joining in on stream telling me that I should watch Free Blue and Brown's video on Fourier transforms if I want to learn how they work. But I specifically didn't. Instead, I sat down and I was scratching my head for days simply because I wanted to figure out myself. And then I ended up actually figuring out like a different method of thinking about Fourier transforms from Free Blue and Brown. And so that's why I don't watch scientific content, so I can do this whole thing. Alright, Python 3 add donation. Alright, Quasar, how much did you donate? Do you often donate to charity like this sort? Because it upsets me. I wanna add it to the pie. Hey, make it heads or tails, decide if I go to bed. Well, you're not gonna ask me, I'm gonna flip on it, come on. Listen, I respect flipping. 33, alright, I'm gonna add this will be... I don't have really a coin, but what I do have is a piece that fell off a bearing, and it's asymmetric, so it works perfect as a coin. Alright. This will be heads, this will be tails. Let's see! Heads! That's what it landed on. You're welcome. Okay, name Quasar. Is Quasar okay, or should I change it up something different? You are already in the pie as Quasar. But I can still change that.
Just a second legally distinct Quasar.
No, the reason why is because Quasar, like, you know, hosted all the servers in existence for me. And so I felt so bad, I just donated $20 to charity. What's his name? I felt bad. I'm staying up, I guess. Yeah, you're welcome. I respect decision making based on Fortuna's favor. Now I'm getting distracted. I feel so good though because I finished a video yesterday, and it was fine. I didn't hate it. There we go. Order dollar 33. That's 38.57. Pseudo systems CTL. There we go. And now, where be Quasar? Quasar be yellow. This tiny sliver went to blue. There we go. 58.57. Also make it
the colors of the pie different every time the page reloads?
Yeah, I fucked it up. So basically, the way it works is that every other one is obviously the next color, right? And it loops on 5.
Mm-hmm.
However, since I am really terrible, end the sentence there. Just that's it. Period. Basically, the pie chart you can't see it unless you specifically know that that's the case. But the pie chart actually, instead of going from largest to smallest, goes from smallest to largest.
Mm-hmm.
And this actually matters for a couple reasons, but one of them being the fact that the color always starts at white. So the person that donated the least will always be white. However, depending on how many people there are, it will change who the last person is. So I shift in color whenever any new person donates. Because I am bad at coding.
Yes, I'm blue now.
Yeah, exactly. Also make it your server updated and I got the curse roll. Oh no. No. I gave you the curse roll because you were mean to ban it. You called ban it fucked, and I do not appreciate that kind of foul language on my live streams. We're trying to be family friendly here. Does it expire in like few months or is it forever? Depends. Depends how I'm feeling, mostly. We're really playing like gods of Olympus here, you know? Sometimes you get sent to hell forever. Sometimes you need to complete a bunch of impossible tasks, and sometimes you just I don't know, get superpowers for no reason. It depends how the vibe is that day at the office. Oh damn it! I just hit me. I was supposed to be working, right? Almost forgot. Okay, Raspberry Pi Zero plate. This is not the right folder. This is the right folder. We have modules, and in the modules we have all these. We're gonna save this one as module Raspberry Pi Zero 4.1 because that's the newer one. So there we go, module 4.1. First part finished. Then we already have the Raspberry Pi Zero Pico and Visor, which means we can get rid of this, and this. And then we have this, which I'm pretty certain we also already have there, right? Oh yeah, this is the one, perfect. Visor holder, I think. Yeah, we also have that. The front is also there. Continuous bus will take a while to update. What do you mean it took a while to update? It happened instantly. What are you talking about? It's a Discord role. Those happen instantaneously. Don't you ever besmirch Bunnet in my presence. I hold Bunnet. Listen, how many people I would kill for Bunnet is not the right question. It's how many people I would let live.
Smirch. Wonderful one. Smirch.
Okay, front. That's it. Perfect. What's next? Next we have.
Smirch. It's nice to have someone doing active smirching. I'm
Yeah.
looking it up.
No smirching. I don't tolerate smirching.
Etymology. Smirch is a
Oh, fuck.
yeah, it's has a similar root to smear. Or soot.
Smirch is much better than smear.
Yeah. Or smut, also a similar root word.
That does make sense.
Yeah, that's similar. A similar funky little thing with glue and clay and for example, the German word kleben for glue. All have the same root word, which is essentially just a sticky clay substance. And one of my favorite things, the bundle of stick, because fascism and the
Well-
derogatory term for queer people with F.
Theo,
Yes.
I understand what you meant, but don't ever say, oh, and my favorite thing, just to follow it up with fascism, okay? Like
The word. Yes, I know. Out of context, weird thing to say. But the root word is essentially just a bundle of sticks. Because the fascio was I think it was a role in Roman hierarchical thing, which had a bundle of sticks wrapped around the handle of an axe, which was some symbolism of. But also in medieval age, especially, there were people that got through the day earning money with collecting twigs for fire and sold bundles of twigs. And due to that being a, only poor people do that, or people that really do need the money, a derogatory term of twig collector basically was established, and that was at some point moved over to queer people because men TM, everything that's not masculine enough gets coined as something feminine or weak or something else. And in that case, it was stick collectors. Similar to how some people look down on people collecting return deposits on plastic bottles. 25 cents are 25 cents.
quick question. Because I was aware of the bundle sticks, I was aware of that for reasons which I'd rather not disclose because, well, I mean, it was a generic video. But
Yeah.
what is the history behind twink? Because twig, now, you mentioned twig, and I don't.
Twig and twig are not related, no.
Ah, damn it.
Twink, I think it literally comes from Twinkies, and which is a filled sweet cake, and you can imagine how.
Boring.
Sometimes things are very on the nose, and sometimes things have a lot of history.
I've done it backwards.
Most terms in gay culture are actually very descriptive and very comparative. For example, the eponymous bear. I mean, it's pretty easy to get where that description comes from if you see a burly man with a lot of hair.
One of my favorite moments in life when it comes to gay slang was when I had to explain to my friend who is a very experienced gay, I'm just gonna say. I had to explain what a beard is.
Level 3 gay.
Yeah, competitive.
Yes.
Very, very competitive. Someone mentioned twinks?
Yes.
Hi, Atomic. Hi, how you doing?
Hello.
Okay, well, let me think. Are there any words that I'm curious where they came from?
And it's also really funny when some friend groups try to reclaim a specific derogatory term or something like that. And just establishing in a friend group that you call your homies just sluts, and it's in a weird way, it's really empowering.
Wasn't fruity also derogatory?
Huh?
Wasn't fruity also derogatory?
Fruity
Calling someone
was
fruity.
also a derogatory term originally.
Is it still?
Yes. It, in my experience, it really doesn't feel that way anymore. I can't imagine that it was a try to use that as a term for queer people. I mean, queer and gay originally were words that meant happy or joyful or unburdened by life, and well, or in some German dialects, gay people are called warm, as in temperature warm, for some reason. And
I'm just glad because I use fruity a lot.
Things are weird.
Well, I genuinely don't have any words. No, twinks were the only one, but I'm kind of disappointed. It's so silly. Let me think. I am getting wildly off. I'm right. You got me here sitting, and instead of assembling the mask or anything, I'm just thinking of gay words.
That's the effect I have on people. I enter the room and people think about gay things.
Been there.
God damn it, it's happening again.
If I had a nickel. No, if
I showed the nickel to a friend and he completely lost it. And he comes from a specifically a design angle, and he nearly got a stroke. So as I loaded up the website. Yeah. Next to the what is it? A closet, I think. We assembled. I also helped him assemble the server. He has a like a teeny tiny little server case shingling, and I have only a vague understanding of network whatnot, and it's funky to help someone who has actually experience and all that.
Uh-oh. That geometry doesn't make any sense. I don't mean to be under a sticker for the rules, but like, that's geometrically impossible. Uh-oh.
You know, just wear a non-Euclidean mask. What's gonna stop you?
That's because right here I need to this. Okay, so these two faces have to be mated together and they need to be flipped because this is the clear front. And then if this is the front, that means the middle has to attach to the middle. These two need to be mated together. And yeah, now this is off. What's happening? This is definitely the front of the mask because this one has the holders for the visor. Everything fits but the mask.
Well, fuck.
Like, if I just remove the mask part, it's a perfect mask.
Yeah. Experts would call it, well, less than ideal.
Geometry. I'm sorry, where are you at? That is. Come on, and now these two should snap together. They do. Okay, and now there's a. No, and now this is off. Why is that off? Why is that off? Yeah, it's mirrored. Why is the mask isn't mirrored? Are the holders mirrored? Big one is on. No, they're not. What happened? I'm sorry. I don't mean to be that guy. Oh my goodness, the mask is mirrored. I just never noticed that. How long have I been dealing? It is mirrored. Wow, I just took a gander at my. It genuinely is right here.
How
It
many
doesn't
weeks
lie.
does it take for MAKeiT to realize this chirality?
Oh my, this is, yeah. I'm a chirality denier. I believe that everything, I believe that you can rotate everything and get whatever you want. You are over $1,000 in donations. I know, it's actually, we have collected quite a lot of money for charity.
That's
I don't know this as much, but
absolutely correct.
but when you think about it, over $3,000. That's not little.
Yeah,
That's more than I have.
that's actually very sexy of all of you.
That is really sexy. I agree. Okay, mate. The other way. Oh, I love me some good machine mating. If there's one thing I'm known for, it's for enjoying a good mating of machines.
Mm-hmm.
It's the casual. Yep. Let's make it, alright?
I mean, what else is a lathe for?
Oh,
For getting lathe?
goodness.
God damn it.
Oh, goodness gracious me. Theo, take a lap right now. Make it happen. What do you think of France? I think that there aren't enough creators. I think it could use a couple. That's my opinion. I'm not saying that the country's been a mistake, because you can learn from mistakes. Alright, that was my daily allowance of making fun of France. Now it's time to get back to the thing. I mean, it may not be functional, nor useful, nor just like having a reason for it or anything, but damn does the design kick ass. It looks so good. having a hard time believing I made it. Alright, distance 1.5 again. Perfect, and then right here, this one has to be yellow. It's very therapeutic. Just moving parts around, clicking them. It's like Lego.
Yes.
It's like Legos,
Yes.
except for people who have.
Yeah,
Lego
honestly,
issues.
it really gives me the vibes of the Lego instruction manual thingies. But you can actually interact with it.
Yeah, but if you can't find a piece, then you just make a new one.
Yeah.
Okay, then this. Oh, this all of them look so silly. I I kind of love the approach I went with on the zero, which is basically it didn't fit, so I just rotated it, and it is absolutely idiotic, but it should work in a way.
Mm-hmm.
There's just 45 degrees rotation on it. It's killing me. Look up Charity Checkout's chat. I broke your rule. reMAKeiT cannot stop me. Boo, if you keep going, I'm just gonna increase the random deletions rate from 1% to like 10%, and then 1 in 10 of your messages will be deleted. If you look for loopholes, eventually I'm just gonna have banned other rule, no messages. We already have no digits that appear in pi. Oh my goodness, no chemical elements! Oh!
Oh no!
You just gave me such a great idea! Thank you, Boo! No chemical elements, obviously, why didn't I think of that? Actually, wait, no chemical elements, that could be almost all the letters, so maybe... no landmines?
It could be almost all the letters, yes.
Wait,
Yes.
okay, which... hold on, let me think. Let me think, which...
The word B? Forget it.
how about... lanthanoids? No lanthanoids.
You have a friend named L? Well, no mentioning of him anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry, you want to use the letter C in your sentence? How foolish of you. Oh, you want to use the letter H? Nah. Theo, which group of chemical elements should we... well, not group, but you get what I mean.
Ooh,
What has like
personally, I would love going for something like the actinoids.
actinoids. I was thinking lanthanoids actually, yeah.
The lanthanoids or actinoids, which is the F shell.
Yeah, because they're not... oh, if we go for actinoids, you can use word D. The most used word in the English. In the English language.
On the other side, I could imagine using something like the completely arbitrarily chosen semi-metals.
Oh, that would also be... I really like actinoids because you cannot use the most common word in the English language. You cannot use the letter U. You cannot say no as well. That's a really good choice.
No saying no.
No saying no. Oh.
What are we, Latin?
Oh, this is good. I like it a lot.
The best no Romans could come up with is minime, which is just, the minimal. Just that's the
really
extent
know?
of the most no they could say.
I suppose that is curious, but it makes sense. You don't actually need to say no, do you? You can just say negative things.
Yes, they had the means of negating something and whatnot, but answering in a no way would be a minime, whereas the answering yes would be a optime. Where the word optimal comes from.
You understand, I'm a writer. Well, sucks to suck. Shouldn't have insulted Bonnet. You'll be fine without, you know, stuff like
I'm
the
looking through the
you.
table.
No, Theo, I think you smashed it. Honestly, I genuinely think you smashed it. Don't worry, I'm on it.
Huh?
Although I can't really do it on stream because I don't want your peasants to see the code. I'm calling you peasants lovingly, you all know this. My love language is calling people motus or peasants. God complex, I actually find it quite simple. Banet pi, there we go, and then...
I mean, in German, I really like using the word Normalsterbliche, which is just normal mortal. And it's just, you know, it's a word you basically never use in any kind of context. Like, but it's a thing you can do.
Oh, this is quite a pickle because actually in the code, what I would like Banet to do is not only say no actinoids, but also say which one you've used. And that actually requires quite a significant change to my code. Oh, let me think. I could first... what I could do is I could have Banet first say... Oh no, because I would need a synchro... Oh, this is such a pain. Why am I doing this to myself? Okay, if message count of AC is greater than 0, or
Just thinking of no mention of elements with an ionization energy higher than X.
that's also not bad.
That's so stupid.
We do also need some kind of arbitrary idiotic thing. I like actinoids because it's genuinely a huge pain in the ass to not use these elements.
No elements with a boiling point higher than 3000 Kelvin.
TH also can't use no message count. PA also can't be used, or lower message count.
No element with an oxidation with more than 5 oxidation states.
U 0
Or just using iodine as a cutoff for no elements within the with an atomic radius larger than that. No big elements, please.
I'm looking forward to this. I don't know why you have the role.
Density.
U message. If I mess up the code a bit, it's gonna be a bit of annoying because then Madden will just delete all the messages. Oh no, what a shame. From the cast, obviously, everyone will also be fine. It's that the cast won't be able to speak at all. I also should do a thing where, like, if a cast is in a voice channel for more than 5 minutes, they need to refresh the voice channel. Or they need to go... they cannot stay in a single voice channel for more than 5 minutes in any given 15 minutes. So, like, for every 15 minutes, you can only spend 5 minutes in a specific channel. You can see in voice channels as much as possible. It's just when you're talking about friends, you all need to switch channels every 5 minutes.
If you implement it, do you look for case sensitivity and spacing around it, or would you?
No.
For example,
everything, just the letters, so they can be uppercase or lowercase, doesn't matter, and doesn't matter what they're surrounded by. That's why the word D, I think, will be so much fun.
In that case, I would restrict it to a really small amount.
Yeah, I mean, you see, but Theo, that's the problem. You would, but I won't.
Yes.
Yeah, Boo insulted Banet. I talk with Banet when I'm lonely. Oh no, I won't have anyone besmirching my friends. No smirching. 0 or lower message account. ES or lower message account. FM. I also need to remove the rule from the Flames channel because Flame, yeah, it wasn't quite exactly what Flame imagined. I was a bit hesitant. Originally I was gonna implement it so that only the Kestrel would have banned reply, but the scraping 0 or message. No, not being able to say no. That's rough. LR should be fine. There we go. If any of that happens, then return 9. There we go. And then what we want Bandit to do is we want also Bandit to reply with what element you've used. If I felt motivated, which I might one day, then I will probably do it even in a way where Bandit tells you the element and tells you like a fun fact about the element. When you know you're trying to write a message and you can't get a fucking word out because Bandit keeps deleting it, at least you learn something. It's all about fun and games. No, this is the anti-new accounts rule. This is this rule. Okay, there we go. Read message delete, but before you delete the message, also do if current check message is equal to 9, then also await message channel sent. Make the fun fact completely wrong. Did you know that Americium comes from the name of the ship that discovered America? Just ever so slightly wrong. Not something completely overt, just slight misinformation.
My favorite fun fact about the periodic table element names is 4 elements stemming from one specific mine in Sweden. I think it was Sweden. A tiny little mining town named Ytterby, which is the elements terbium, erbium, ytterbium, and yttrium are from.
Oh, really?
Because they were found in the same clump of metal ore.
Oh, that is. Wait, for just like a tiny. Oh, that is curious, actually.
Yeah. That was the whole lanthanoids and actinoids were, due to them being so very, very similar, it was really difficult for a long time to actually find them. But the ores in Ytterby were used for porcelain, and during the kilning phase, they got these really bright and nice colors, which came from the rare earth minerals. And yeah, at some point someone looked into that with a little bit of science, and
I imagine just like some bloke, some random way.
Yeah.
Hey, someone should look into that, That's weird.
I hate that I always forget the alt code for the TM. Just was 0153.
There we go. So this is the mask so far. I bet your writing is in C#. Wrong.
I am being consulted for gender shit.
Where's away for a bit? Why is there P on the table? I thought you were working on the mask. Are you just adding a nuclear reactor? I do want to add something with chemistry in the mask. The problem is, it's really difficult to minimize chemistry. Because laboratory conditions are really difficult to integrate. And if you're not doing laboratory conditions, then usually everything is really, really large. So that's what's so annoying about it. Which means I have thought about a couple of things. For example, there are a lot of power cells you can make. I am fascinated by power cells, absolutely love them. It's basically, technically, I don't know what the difference between a power cell or a battery is. But basically, well, effectively functions like a battery. The difference being that it can generate like a lot more power, but it burns out a lot quicker. Usually non-rechargeable and stuff like that. Imagine kind of like very efficient burning, basically. So instead of going for heat, you go for just movement of electrons. And I really wanted to integrate like a power cell, maybe some kind of emergency high power supply. I do believe with formic acid you could make one. We know, why am I speculating? I did research on that months ago, but formic acid cell, I think. Formic acid fuel cell. Liquid fuel is directly oxidized, removing to produce hydrogen. Oh no, in this case, it's hydrogen cell. Wait, not what? No, I'm an idiot, aren't I? Electrons, right? Yeah, so it's both hydrogen and. The point is, strong base full of, the point is you can just get like a little juice from it. And I would really love like a little glass vial, full of formic acid and like a tiny pump to it. And then if I all of a sudden need a lot of power, I just click a button and then you can see it like slowly drain the vial. LED starts glowing. I like it. Medieval managed to make a nuclear foam battery, so I think it's possible for you. If it's theoretically possible, it will happen. Why is there a new rule? Smirching of the vision unpunished by the curse. That is true. No smirching. Okay. Now let's add in the raspberries. The raspberries. Device already have, right. So right here.
The curse, TN. Always reminds me of in D&D there is a curse that is also a disease, which is called mummy rot. And the curse part is it infects you with mummy rot, and the disease is it curses you. It has a bunch of extra properties down the line, but if you try to in any shape, way, or form remove the disease, the curse reinfects you, and if you try to remove the curse, the disease recurses you, and you have to do a curse and disease removal successively to remove it fully. And that's why paladins are immune to curses and diseases, including mummy rot, or there was only diseases including mummy rot, something like that. Where mummy rot always is explicitly stated. Some funky shenanigans.
The bottom or the top? That's a good question. She not rather another reason to practical project Gauntlet videos in a row. Did you feel? Wait, what? Did you feel Roch Pia? What is Roch Pia? Is that like a cousin of Bach music? And Roch.
Roch?
Is another video of 2 practical project Gauntlet videos in a row. Also, Gauntlet. I haven't.
Roch.
How drunk was I? Have I made a Gauntlet? Did you feel rich or?
Ah.
I did not, in fact, feel rich. I long for that feeling. It would help with projects a lot. Okay, this is not bad, but once again, we would like to pop up the Raspberry Pi Zero a bit higher.
Honestly, you don't have to be rich to be able to do practical projects. You can literally make really cool things out of trash.
Yeah, but you can't really make a MAKeiT mask out of trash, unfortunately. Like...
Not with that attitude.
One of the robots I do want to make...
Unleash the raccoon inside you.
The thing is, one of the projects... One of the projects I do want to make would be Scrappy. So that would be the robot.
Yes.
Every robot I make...
We need the scrapped version.
Yeah, where Scrappy would be basically... The entire gimmick for Scrappy would be that I am not allowed to buy anything. So, I need to make do. And I'm genuinely curious.
The city, grabbing the what's it called when you put the like furniture and stuff out to take away.
A bargain.
Yeah, but oftentimes there's free office chairs and whatnot.
I know. Trust me. I know.
Yeah.
I don't know the name for it because I usually don't chat about with people who do it. I just come out at night and I take. Great deals.
Bulk weight, apparently.
I've never had a name.
Fits. Yeah, in German it's called Sperrmüll, and sperrig is just bulky. And it's, just too big to fit in a normal trash. That's why you when you have situations like where many people live in a densely populated area, oftentimes you have like once every 2 weeks the pickup for that, and in other spaces you can just call.
MAKeiT has a priority list. Number 1, voice chat. Number 2, text chat. Number 3, the project he's working on.
Damn it.
I am being very productive at the moment. It took me only 2 hours to
MAKeiT is feeling like it's being read like a book right now.
Holy shit! Hold on, let me show you something, Theo, because oh my goodness, holy shit! That is I didn't. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Listen, yo. Be right back.
I'm waiting. I'm very patient. reMAKeiT just left for something he wants to show me, and I'm just waiting while typing up my consultory because I am the queer TM person. You can always hit up with question about that, and I'm just typing up a text about perception.
Okay, the more
basically.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I just noticed you lighted up. Did I interrupt something?
No.
Okay,
I
well,
just explained what just happened.
oh, well, the more
What
I
I'm typing up right now.
the more I thought about it, the more I realized that you will all not be able to appreciate the surprise, shock, and positive surprise. The opposite of horror, actually, in this case. It was very positive. That's because I'm electrolyzing acid at the moment. You know, remember that 3 liter beaker, right? Like a kilogram of copper sulfate.
Yes.
And this is what it looks like after 3 hours. Now this is clear, pure clear. Just, I don't know if I can give you like a
Where do I perceive?
on the live stream we're showing.
Ah, there. Okay.
Yeah, so this massive clump of
Yes.
brown, that's all copper, and all of that copper
Yes.
just came from the solution. It took me days to get the liter, and this is like 1/3 of a liter,
Yeah.
almost perfectly clear. So this is incredible news. I was just chatting with you, and I move a lot when I chat. I like to helps me think. I just looked over my balcony and saw like this. Hold on, let me take another picture real quick, just so you can see what I mean.
Just snapping on one real quick.
From my POV, this is what the electrolysis process looks like. Right? This is from where I stand right now. I just took it. That's a nice shot, isn't it, as well? Goodness, look at that. And so this is like the color I started with. As you can see, it's quite blue. And all of that blueness is this clump of copper. So
Where picture?
I can hold on. I can send
Yes,
it.
there.
I can send the voice channel as well.
But
basically, yeah.
No. Live stream just takes a couple
Okay,
seconds
that makes sense
always
then.
takes.
That does make sense.
Yes.
But the point is, you can see how
That's a good blue.
profoundly
That's a really
blue
good
it is.
copper blue.
It actually was a big chore to dissolve all the copper sulfate in water.
Also, I really like the bottle shape in the front there.
You mean
the big one?
The 6 liter? Yeah. They're used for
Yes.
moonshining. That's where I got it. It's funny because both the 6 liter bottle and the 3 liter beaker I got from like a moonshining equipment provider, which does beg the question: why would a moonshining provider sell a 3 liter beaker of borosilicate glass? What are moonshiners doing?
Quality control.
Borosilicate, 3 liters.
Always important.
What are you doing? I'm using it for.
Borosilicate is just the better glass for
That's an overkill of glass.
use cases.
If you're making something for human consumption, and you need borosilicate glass, I would ask the question
if you want to distill something, you do need to heat up something.
Yeah,
You can't do
but
that in
distilling
normal
machineries, but that's metal. When you're distilling moonshine, you do it in metal stuff, not in glass.
Yeah,
things.
true. You can also do it in. Depends on the on
Every
the
single
batch
one I've
size,
seen.
I think.
I mean, I've seen like 3 or 4. Well, maybe 3. 3 different moonshining that people just use in their homes, and every single one of them was comical. It looked like something out of steampunk. They look very lovely. So I don't know why. It was the cheapest one as well. Like no other glassware provider. I don't understand. But yeah, I went from this blue to this clear. Like there's no blue in there. It's incredible. And I went from one to the other in a matter of hours. I am just shocked. The bottle is really great. Everyone just appreciates the bottle. Anyway, that's something I'm doing on the side. I need to print the skelly now. I need to print the skelly because Jesse is just sitting in the corner, not doing anything. I'm just joking, Jesse. I love you.
Just sitting there,
Looking great.
very presentable.
Yeah, just sitting, looking great. Oh, so good. I pasted nothing. There we go. And then ready models, and this is going to be front skeleton. I think it's going to be front skeleton. Yeah, outer right, front skeleton. 4.1.2. Then we're gonna have back skeleton. You see, when someone says that the machine looks great, no one bats an eye. But when I say it, that Jesse looks very hot, unbelievable. Double standards, what it is.
Machine fucker. In parentheses, derogatory.
There is a difference between a technophile and a machine fucker, alright? Jeez. Would be like a... You bigot? I don't know. I'm looking for like a pun on bigot. It feels like it would be easy to find. Alright, Jess, you ready? I'm gonna take your silence as a yes, even though you really shouldn't. There's nothing hotter than consent.
I think Jesse's way of showing consent is the booting up BPs.
I don't like the direction of this conversation. I'm not comfortable with this. Okay, back to the matter at hand.
Wait, what's not comfortable about booting up BPs?
No, I like booting up BPs. I just don't like assuming what something's consent is. That's the part I have the actual problem with. Alright. Now, what do we do next? We did the mask skeleton. This, I am torn, because what I could do actually is I could design a PCB. How about that? Are we fine with this? Cat come for the print. There's no cat. The cat's gone. I don't have a cat. Okay. So what we can do now is we can design a PCB for it. So KiCad. I'm pretty certain I can manage it with without Tefta. Because this right here is basically what we've got. That's what I've designed. Now, one thing to note, I don't think I'll be using the microphone because later on I am gonna install a better one, and this one, well, let's be real, will probably be quite shite. So instead, I still wanna use the ADC pin simply for the funsies. So we might as well use this, which is, if I'm not mistaken, an infrared detector. I think. Just eyeballing it. Which will not actually, which will mean that we don't actually need to change absolutely anything here. Now, one difference is that this VCC we need to delete and change it for this. Oh, Spotify just played me music from Loki, and that's just, oof. Yes, please. Okay. There we have it. Now how do we make a PCB? I'm so glad you asked. That's because what we need to do is we need to go right here, and then we need to, if I'm not mistaken, add all of the footprints. Is that what they're called? Footprints. There we go. Alright. Footprint editor. Yes. Errors were encountered loading footprints. Well, that is the one thing I didn't want you to tell me. Alright, Raspberry. Raspberry Pi Pico. Oh, we even have a 0. How convenient. But Pico. Can we just have like a general? Would be a solid one. Common, I think. Yeah, that seems fine. Now, how do we assign footprints to? That's a good question. Oh, how do you assign footprints? Well, doing nothing did nothing, so I'm already shocked. What are you stuck on? Oh, because I need to first turn this off, right? Okay. Like this. No, delete that. It's not needed. Load in, update. Update PCB. Okay, no. It did load in the Pico. It just didn't load anything else. Shit. Right, so we have this. Now what we need is... Oh, how do you assign...
5.
You sounded like the fish from Subnautica for a second there. I don't remember which one was it. I think it might have been the gas one. There was a fish in the plains that made a very similar sound.
Well, I'm a fish now.
Officially.
Yes, officially. I'm looking up which. Why do you no mention?
Oh, you are addressing me. Do I need to find it in... Do I need to like assign every single one of them in here?
The lore part. Yes.
Oh, that is not what I meant. No, Andrew.
That's the stats. Boys.
I don't...
Stafford on Soul Slurper.
I don't remember how
Telephone.
you edit... Ah, damn it. I need to look it up.
Look at him slurp.
I gotta assign... Yes, how do you assign footprint to a symbol? Not overwhelming at all. Alright. So you go there and then you pick... Okay, yeah. Assign footprints. Wait, no, footprint library. That's different from assign footprints. Taken from version 5.1.4. That is 2 back from where I am. No, wait, 4 back from where I am. Let's update it again.
it not mention which edition this is? Oh well. I got gifted the most recent Thousand Suns Codex because
Oh,
my because my birthday is coming up in I think it's a week or two.
now you
week.
think?
Yeah. I mean I don't celebrate my birthday
Okay, I can relate to
not
that.
at all. But yeah, a friend just mentioned, oh, I have a really neat gift that I can conveniently.
Those goddamn Thousand Sons always changing their codex. Am I right?
Yeah, the other codex I have
Fucking
is
Zinch.
yeah. It's the codex I have is the 2021, and in this year they released a newer one specifically for the new edition of Warhammer, because they are in I think 10th edition and whatnot. I still have to get the base rulebook for that. But they have a bunch of new cool boys. You can load up your party, your team, your silly little gang of lads with, like the Secretary robots. They have the energy claw and rocket launchers, which is a great combination. Also a heavy warp flame flamethrower, which is also a very funky weapon. Also, I really hope that Magnus the Red is a better unit in 10th edition. Because, like, Magnus the Red is a ridiculously expensive figurine to get. It's a ridiculously large figurine. It's a really pretty figurine, and its stats were abysmal for what he is and what he costs. Both in terms of physical, actual money and points of army worth. But apparently his mechanics have been changed in funky little stuff. Can re-choose spells, which, you know, does fit the flavor, as he is one of the most powerful psychers in the universe. And he has he has an aura. Oh, nice. He has an area of effect attack. Yes.
12.2 millimeters height, 6.5. That appears to be the right one. I am ever so slightly, completely guessing. No, that is incorrect. Minus 12 and then height of. Actually, height of 8. 6. No, well, I mean, if you squint. If you squint, then this is the right one. What else do I have?
Yeah.
12, 15 by 15. That's not even true. 12 by 9.5. That I think also. I am diameter 14. Okay, if you round up. Height 7. If you round down. No. Which one of you? Which one of you? I mean, worst case scenario, I can just squish them, can't I? The distance between the pins is a little bit over 7. So I imagine this should be fine. I might need to make my own.
A little tension fit.
Yeah, I don't want to squish it anyway, because that would... It's...
Sometimes you gotta squish.
Sometimes you gotta squish. Put down the t-shirt. That's my life motto.
Hop, squish, Cicero, Lipschitz. If you know the cell block tango from the musical Chicago, it's a good one. He ran into my knife. He ran into my knife 6 times. Oh, good. Basically, the story where the inmates of the protagonist tell their story, how they were convicted and why they were convicted, and all of those women killed their husbands for different reasons. And also, it's a very good song. There's also a Broadway version where it's done by a bunch of gay men. Hee
Hold on, make it. We're literally sending pi in the basic chat. There, if you want me to fix that, there you have it. Now you're not.
Right, it was the
Carry on, Theo.
I was just looking up the video, and the event was called Broadway Backwards. I can send you the link in. You know what? I'm doing it in the live voice channel. Let me just edit this out and this out of the link. There. So I need the additional link add-on thingamajigs. Chicago also is a musical I really wanna watch live with a friend. And she mentioned she really wants it for lesbian reasons.
Can you untimeout me? No, I specifically timeouted you because you were spamming. I'm not gonna untimeout you.
It's called Time In.
Why? I am so confused by this. Why can't there be just a single footprint that corresponds to the triple pin connection? Because that's all I'm looking for. I'm just looking for 0x03 pin. But that just doesn't exist. THT. Yeah, what we are looking is... Oh, array. There we go. Why does the array start at 4 pins? I need 3. Sip. Is that the thing? Is there a SIP 3? Kinda. I don't know the right pins though. I need to wait for theft out of this one because it's killing me. I got only one footprint and I am leaving it there.
By the way, regarding Warhammer, do you enjoy the lore, or do you have an army you do play?
With my financial status, yes.
Understandable. If you would pick one.
If I picked what?
An army to play.
Well, for financial reasons, Custodes, I imagine.
They are aggressively anti-siege and, you know, anti-chaos in general. But yeah, it's you have like
The reason why is because
incredibly powerful. As opposed to, for example, orcs are just you take a cleaning bucket full of orcs and dump it on the building plate, on the plate mat. And similar with rolling dice, just pouring. Orcs just work with if I roll 130 dice, one of them will eventually hit.
Hold on, X Gaming just asked
me. Whereas the Custodes are just beefy and bulky, and it takes just a lot of hits to wear them down, or a couple good hits.
Hold on, because I have a bit of a problem. I misclicked, and so X Gaming just asked me timeout boo for 20 hours. You are right. That is unfair that I timeout the boo for an hour and you X Gaming for a day. That's true. I misclicked. There we go. Now boo has a timeout for a day as well. I am all for fairness. I understand we want fair. Oh. So now both of you are timeout for a day. You're welcome.
Mamma mia.
I didn't misclick. It was supposed to be hour for both of them, but if they both want 24 hours, I'm fine with that. No takesies backsies. I would play Custodes simply because of the... Well, okay, if I could have any army... I do imagine orcs being fun. They seem really fun.
They do be fun. You will have a lot of creatures to paint, though. Also, orcs are basically mushrooms.
No, I'm gonna actually play...
Regarding the Warhammer lore, which is insanely funny. Mushrooms that do not know they are psychers.
Yeah.
All their spaceships are factually unable to do anything, but solely because they believe in this brick of a chunk of spaceship with a lot of quotation marks. Just because they believe in it so hard that it can fly, it starts flying because they are subconsciously using the warp to make it fly.
But that's not entirely true. That's because they do genuinely can engineer. They can like make stuff. Because back when they do have like inherent knowledge of science. It's not really that orcs believe that their spaceships...
it's relatively it's relatively fairly crude if you compare it to
the thing is
others.
It's not that their ships wouldn't fly if they weren't psychers. It's just like they would explode all the time. They wouldn't survive space. They build things that actually can fly. It's just that they really shouldn't. It's not like they can't build a rocket. They can build a rocket. It's just that rocket wouldn't really be suitable for interplanetary travel, but they think it would be.
I think that's the thing you're missing for your rocket project.
Just the faith, the warp.
You just need to believe a little bit more, paint a little bit of purple on it, and then you know you're just good to go.
Oh, I already did. Oh, there was one time where I built like 100 rockets, but I've made the mistake of painting them all purple. Fucking hell.
The FBI can't catch you if you paint your purple.
I lost.
Into
I lost all of them. I lost all of them. I don't know where any one of them is. I mean, I usually bind demons to the things I make. It's easier than writing code. Also, power.
Yeah.
You
The
save on
angrier
power.
the demon, the higher the rocket flies.
Exactly.
That's the reason why New Year's rockets scream so loud.
Make it happen.
They're just
Thanks.
angry.
Thanks. Me and Boo are now friends. You're welcome. Always happy to help. I'm a very friendship maker. Okay. I mean, custodians are really wacky to me, lore-wise. That's because they're meant to be just the perfect being, but at the same time, whenever you read about them, like any major thing that we're supposed to do, they kind of seem to suck a bit, don't they?
Yeah.
Like-
They're basically the police control of the emperor.
Yeah, when they have one job, they had one job, they messed it up.
Yeah.
Imagine creating a perfect set of beings, and then just to be like, okay, you have to do one thing, just that's it, protect me, and then they fucked it up.
Yeah.
One job, literally. It's
Do
unbelievable.
you like the concept of protecting the people? Do you like misusing your power? Do you not like not actually protecting the people?
No,
Do
no.
you like police brutality?
They're not-
Then the custodians are for you.
They're not meant to protect the people. They're meant to protect the person.
Yeah.
I think it was in the law, in one of the codexes where, no, not codexes, only like in the law, one of the stories where like there was a vote on letting the custodies have a part of the power, right? And like the captain of the custodies openly said that if it came to if it came to choose between humanity and the emperor, they would choose the emperor because the emperor is the one that actually like they listen to. They aren't really loyal to humanity. It's just that emperor happens to like humanity, so they happen to be aligned. How's the mask going? It's not too poorly. Right now I'm printing the skeletons we just redesigned. Hold on. Where is it? There it is at the bottom. I'm printing these skeletons right now. This is what the redesigned mask looks like. I actually found a curious time, Shishish, because Theo was just distracting me again. But before Theo was distracting me, I was thinking about what should I do. Because
Basically, it came on to me as distracting and not distracting.
Theo's been ruining me. Let me have a think.
Help. It's just my two modes of operation. Either it's distracting or distracting.
No, I can't gather my thoughts at all. I so many things to do. Okay.
Mhm.
For the mask, there are some things that we could redesign a bit. Because I do have, okay, for the next video, I'm gonna do it a bit differently. I'm gonna change up the structure of the video, and the main project will be the mask, because considering how long I've been working on it already, weeks, I've done kind of nothing. So, my idea for the video will be that by the end, I'll have mainly 3 goals. I want, first of all, the mask to be wearable. Second of all, I want the electronics on the mask to be self-sufficient, as in, you can turn it on. I know, incredibly difficult task I'm saving for myself.
Yeah.
And I want to create the algorithm for the mask. That is, we already have Banned. Now, let's get ready for Fix It.
What does Fix It do? Or what
Well, Fix It will be my...
it's supposed to do?
Well, Banned will be my meme bot. Well, not meme bot, not
Yeah.
me to me, right? However, reMAKeiT will be my kind bot. That's meant to... reMAKeiT is meant to cause problems for the people. reMAKeiT is meant to reduce problems for me.
Oh, it's the angel and devil on your shoulder.
Exactly.
Just two microcontrollers. I love this.
They will have their own personalities and everything. No, they will be my friends. Why do people think I'm insane sometimes?
I love the asymmetrical kind of thing looking from your front there.
I mean, I like the fact that it's asymmetric, but it is very annoying to work with. Okay.
Yeah.
So for the wearability, I bought some TPU, which is a filament that's flexible filament basically for the 3D printer.
I actually have a spool of that too, and I still have not gotten to try to do something with that.
Same. I mean, well, same here, except I only have one. But I will hopefully make something with that, because what I'm planning to do is I'm planning to make like a back segment as well that will go to the back of my head, and then I'm gonna make the TPU straps that connect it to the front of the mask, and that way it's gonna snap on. Which means we'll need two things. First of all, on the left, we'll need some kind of something that will hold the straps in place. On the right, we'll need something that will connect the connectors whenever I put it on, and then I will need something in the back of my head to actually hold the mask up. And so I feel like that's a good start, because the thing that will hold my mask up will be probably the most annoying one to make. So workshop really almost SolidWorks. How am I gonna design that even? Oh.
So you have your headphones where the left ear is banned and the right ear is fixed. Oh no. Imagine the crosstalk. Imagine they just start having a banter, and you're just in between.
Oh, I'm struggling with this. I imagine the most convenient way would be to... This is a very three-dimensional shape, and I have a very good idea of what it will look like. I'm just having trouble translating it to something that SolidWorks would understand. That's because right here, I have effectively this. Do we need a third one? I imagine like that, yeah, we could use a third one. And then we'll have, right, how big is it gonna be? I imagine something like...
A stick collection channel.
95.
What are we? Stick collectors? Hint, hint, nudge, nudge at the origin of the...
Yeah, I got it, okay.
Channel 4F slur.
There was one way to make the delivery on the joke better, but that would get me demonetized, so I will not attempt that actually.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said stick collectors and not F slur. You know, I absolutely support some good stick collecting, as well as rock collecting.
I do too. Not the stick collecting.
Always a fun thing. My uncle studied geology, and he it's always really cool to go hiking with him and just getting told about the stratigraphy and whatnot of the surrounding area. Sadly, he doesn't work in geology. He designs fireplaces, really expensive ones, but you know. Sometimes the path of life just takes ways where you think, that's a hard turn left I wouldn't have expected, but I do like doing this too.
Now we can. Oh my goodness, how am I gonna select only the? No, not the one underneath. Come on, that's the one I. Oh shit.
That's one convex hull if I ever seen one.
It's just shite, all of it. Wait, can I just click on one and then no, that's not what I meant. I really hope there won't be any like tiny spaces there. That's because now, if I do extrude boss base like this and extrude it a fair bit, then yeah, this is proper, because if I'm not mistaken, I increase the size of this. No, you gotta stay on the line. That's your one thing. That's absolutely not what I meant. However, if I fix this in place, can you increase this? I mean, in a way, it's not... Ah, right. I think there will be no work done on all the other projects. I already messed up the one thing I was... Ah, shucks. Alright, let's start over. Well, I'm gonna keep the thing underneath the line. Okay, so around this, maybe if I do it with only 2 circles, it could be better. So what we're gonna have is we're going to have one circle and then we're gonna have the other circle. The bottom one will be smaller. Yeah, this is correct. This is how we... Is it how we want it? Well, we want the other one... Yeah, we want them to intersect, kind of, in some kind of clever way. So we're gonna have both of these to be full construction, then we'll have a center point arc. Starts right here. This, and then you won't believe it. Oh, it's always goes. Oh, that makes a little more sense actually. Yeah. Okay. Problem. What is the problem? What kind of gap is that? What do you mean? There's a gap there? Where you see a gap? Why is there no moderation on the server? I don't know! Where are my moderators? That's a good question.
Moderators? Where? I hardly know her.
I don't know what my moderators are doing. All my moderators are extremists, they're not moderators. This is garbage, this is garbage. How do I even... I could go midpoint to midpoint, can't I? What if I go with spline?
Sad that I can't edit someone else's messages. I would just like to, you know, round the high spam. Just round it down. You know, then
one digit off.
Then it just takes a little bit less space.
isn't terrible, but I feel like I could make it better.
Euclidean metric, by the way, is with the Pythagorean metric, it's one of the I think it's the only case where pi is an irrational number. In all other metrics, pi has a different value, technically. For example, if you do what's called the Checkup metric, then all points with the same distance to a certain origin essentially are a diamond shape. And the circumference of the ratio of circumference to diameter would be, I think it is 2√2 or something like that.
This is proper.
Round about that. And if you use the maximum norm, it would be 4.
Now if we set this to be equal to this to be equal to this, then I imagine, like if I set it as an equality, I imagine of the shape. That's because hi Drollo, hi. Why the balls? Because I'm designing the mask. Obviously.
2-dimensional balls.
Okay, we have this. I just make this a bit larger. And then we should be able to, I think. Not a terrible shape. But here's where the difficult part comes.
Although these are only 1 spheres and not 2 balls, because they are only the
Piss off with the geometry joke. Don't even Don't even end it. Just piss off with that. Bad Theo.
A 2-sphere is a disk. A 2-ball. A 2-sphere is the boundary of the 3-dimensional sphere. Sphere is the border, ball is the border and insides. Yeah. Terminology shenanigans.
Okay, now if I set this up to be an extruded cut inwards like this, let's say 25, and then if I select this and if I do fillet, I select this one as well. I can. How convenient. Roughly, vaguely, kind of. But we do want it. Okay, but now we can change it up a bit so that it will be first of all way more upwards. Like let's do 15. Will it mess up the? It will. Okay. Edit feature, and I imagine we just need to change it to a 7.
Reaction image.
Make it there are like noises coming from the basement. Could you silence them? Are the noises? What kind? What do you mean? You need to be tad more specific. Okay, now I hope this will be the right shape. I haven't got a clue. But we like chip away at the back because there's absolutely no need for it to be this thick. First of all, let's make this just straight up smaller. It's a bit better. Then, how do I chip away at it meaningfully? Well, I imagine like this and like this. Let's make this perpendicular. No, I like it. And then extruded cut both ways. And then bigger. So like a 40 each side. Someone is scratching on the door or a dog barking. If you can't tell if someone is scratching on the door or if it's a dog barking, then I feel like that is just your schizophrenia. There is Jesse printing in the background. I don't know if that's what you're talking about. Because I do have to say, a dog barking and someone scratching at the door are two very different sounds. This like okay, then this and these two equal. And then this midpoint, where's the midpoint? There's my lovely beloved midpoint. I said there is my beloved midpoint. There we go. Same idea. All right. Now the reason why I prefer a flat plane is because on a flat plane it's much easier to mount something. However, still be quite difficult. What we can do is we can try this sort of thing. Where basically you would go, I said, oh my goodness, you as well. There we go, you would go off. You would keep being perpendicular. And then you would just do whatever you will need in order to get there. I don't hate this completely. And then right here, bring this up. Oh yeah, let me guess how it goes through. Never mind! Not... okay, that's actually a very good error to have. Because I was gonna change that anyway. Alright, yeah, this is way less material to print. This offshoot to the side might be a bit difficult to print, but that would be then the rough shape. Like very, very roughly. I would need to print it, that's the problem. I need to print it to see how it functions. Quick question, for 0 to 10, how much do you hate me or are annoyed by me? I don't hate UX gaming, I don't hate you, just you spam a lot. If
The Python spam a lot?
If I had to read through all of your messages, that would seriously derail the stream. Okay, I hope this is correct. If it's not, then I don't know. If it's not, then I have a problem. Basic idea will be that this will roughly be mate. No, I don't want you to actually be mated. I just wanted to rotate you. Or I could just set up as a mate parallel, I suppose. I guess that would make sense. Yeah, I forgot there are other kinds of mates. You can just mate parallel. There we go. And then ideally we'd like it to be in the middle somehow. How can we align it to the middle? So that it stays in the middle. Well, we can do it, I imagine, somehow with this. Middle. Yeah, I've only one idea. And that idea is to just go on right here, or right here, or right anywhere, honestly. And then sketch. Actually, no. Right here. And then sketch center line. There we go. And then hopefully once we go to the mask again, we do have the center line, which we should be able to mate somehow, like parallel, perpendicular, I imagine. I don't know if perpendicular will work in this case, or we'll just help it stay up. Yeah, it will help it stay up. That's smart. Oh shucks, oh dagnabbit. What if I Control Z it? Because we don't actually need it. Yeah. Rebuild and save, yeah, open the thing. And then we need like another line. Ideally, I think on this. Doesn't really matter, does it? On the same plane, front plane right here, we add a sketch, and that sketch will just be center line. Like this. And then this should help us align it better. You mate. I don't want this though. I would like. What would I like? That feels a bit high. I'm guessing, it's a complete guesstimate, that this will roughly be the right height. And I cannot stress enough how much of a guesstimate it would be. But basically then, oh yeah, something to stay up as well. Oh, I remember why I did the first line then. Right, because you want to stay up. Ah, shucks. I can just do this line to anything. Do I have a single straight thing? No, everything is gay. Piss. There we go, you got your piss, oh piss moment, you're welcome.
Yeah. Oh piss counter. Beep.
I genuinely don't have a single straight thing on this mask. Fine, I'm gonna add it to the skeleton then. Back we go, and then we just set these three parallel. That's it. Yeah, now we can move it away and closer in. And like this would be the rough idea. We'll have one thing in the back, I'll be holding up the mask, and then in the front you should snap in, then hopefully work. I don't know. I'll have to test it. It's gonna take in a lot of filament, which I am a tad bit worried about. Quick question, do you have two monitors, and if so, do you have chat on the other one? Yes, I do. I'm so hungry.
I do recommend getting something to eat and snack.
Yeah, I am in the mood for something snackish. I will give you that much.
Yes.
Ooh, I might go
Honestly,
snacking.
same.
Yeah.
Maybe I do. Maybe I'll do breadsticks later, because those are super quick and easy.
Mm.
It's just flour and water and whatever spices you feel right with
Well then,
oil.
well then, everyone. I am getting a bit peckish, so I do need to go. I would love to say that we've done a lot, but we haven't. I've done basically nothing.
We've done something,
That is a very low bar, and
and
I've
we've
barely
enjoyed
cleared it.
vibes.
Okay, you know what? Fair point. That is true. So I am gonna go. I will get something to eat, and I will try to actually achieve a fair bit done today. Hopefully,
Yes.
I'll get something done. And for now, I suppose that'll be it. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye.